Here are the top 10 new international stars that are going to be gracing PROD2 this season. I'm Tim and this is FR UK. Drop a little subscribe on the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and make sure you join us every single game week for live rugby, exclusive and free in the UK and Ireland here on FR UK Rugby. And yeah, I mean, I've been on my summer holidays. I'm currently in Cape Town in South Africa, so I thought I would bring you the international stars that are going to be in the league this year, new to PROD2. And at number 10, I have got Danny Tuala, who is a signing for Oyonnax from Moana Pacifica. And Oyonnax have had a lot of success with their attacking play. They needed a bit of physicality, and Danny Tuala is going to give them that physical threat in the midfield. A really good signing in what has been a very busy and I think very astute bunch of recruitment for Oyonnax. I think we're going to see a much improved team from them. Danny Tuala will be an important part of that in the midfield. At number 9, Mako Vunipola, who was really, really good for Van last year in a heroic effort in the top 14, but they couldn't avoid relegation. Top 14's loss is PROD2's gain, and Mako Vunipola, even with his advancing years, is a star, and he is going to be blockbuster in PROD2. Leadership, quality, scrummaging, ball carrying, soft hands. Mako Vunipola is just a class act, so I've got him in my top 10. Looking forward to seeing how Van try and bounce straight back to the top 14. They're going to be our opening live match, Van against Breve, two of the likely title contenders going head to head in our first live match. However, the team that have missed out 3 seasons in a row narrowly, Grenoble, heartbreaking fashion last year in the final and in the access match as well. They've lost some players, but I'll tell you one man they've got in now, Rafael Costa Storti, the Portuguese flyer, previously the record try scorer in PROD2, and just absolutely incredible attacking form. He wasn't able to translate that to the top 14. I thought we were going to see him just take Stade Francais in the top 14 by storm. Didn't really happen. He comes back to PROD2 and will want to get to the top 14 with his new team Grenoble. He is going to be ace. At number 7, John Cooney, signed from Ulster. And with Breve losing Matis Ferte, losing Leo Carbonneau, they have a hole in that half-back position. John Cooney provides a lot of experience, game management, but Ulster, let's not forget, played some really exciting attacking rugby, and John Cooney was at the start of that. He can also kick goals, and we saw how that kind of, well, for Kerwin Bosch and for Breve, that creaked a little bit at important times in the season. John Cooney brings a whole lot to that Breve side. I've got him in my top 10. At number 6, Uzair Kassiem, a guy who is, well, I'm in South Africa now. He is from South Africa, but he has become a part of the furniture at Bayonne until he's left. And I believe if what I've heard is to be the case, it wasn't that Bayonne wanted him to go. Yes, he is in his mid-30s now. He was talismanic for Les Ciels Blancs, and I think he's going to have a similar role at Oyonnax. As I say, they have recruited really well, and he is going to bring leadership and physicality to that Oyonnax team, give them a little bit of bite that they were missing, and he will just fill other players around him with confidence. Really important figure for Oyonnax, who also signed my number 5, Mako Vivas, a guy who is playing right now in the Rugby Championship, Lucid prop for Argentina, and the bite that I was saying that Oyonnax were lacking, he may be able to help with some set-piece acumen for them. I think Oyonnax's signings have been really good. They've gone for the Foreign Legion, and I think done quite well. So Mako Vivas, my number 5, into number 4, and Richie Arnold, a guy who has won the top 14, he has won the Champions Cup, he's played international rugby, and he is joining Soyo Ongalem. That is big for them. They were brilliant attacking. We saw in the barrage match, wasn't it, against Provence, they just got bullied a bit up front. So Richie Arnold, exactly the kind of guy that they need. A bit of grunt in their front 5 and a brilliant line-out operator as well. So that's a fine signing for Soyo Ongalem. Number 3, Dave Cherry, who has gone to Van. He'll be alongside Mako Vunipola in that Van front row. And he is currently the incumbent Scotland first choice hooker. So they've got a guy in prime form. And it just goes to show the strength of the PROD2 that a guy like Dave Cherry is moving to the division. And Van are going to want to bounce straight back. Dave Cherry's the kind of signing that will enable that to be the case. Top 2 then. Number 2, Jamie Shilcock, signed for Brive. I think this is a class signing. I think for a lot of people this will go under the radar. Jamie Shilcock is that kind of a player. He regularly does go under the radar, but he is a class act. They loved him at Leicester Tigers. Worcester Warriors, he could slot in at 10 brilliantly, he could play 15, and I think it's going to be a really interesting battle. Who is going to get the 10 jersey between him and Kerwin Bosch? Both players though, Jamie Shilcock and Kerwin Bosch, can both play 10 and 15. So they could both operate as dual playmakers in a Brive team. Jamie Shilcock just has a knack of doing the right thing at the right time. And I think Brive just needs someone to put them in the corners, put them in the right part of the pitch, kick the goals when they're on offer, do the percentages. And I think the electric players that they've got around the half-back pairing, when I look at John Cooney and Jamie Shilcock, I think they look like a couple of guys who could run the show and allow the rest of the working parts to do their thing. We will see, because there's going to be a lot of competition for promotion in PROD2 this season, and Provence have made some good signings and are making some moves. And my number 1 international new face in PROD2 is New Provence fly half Caleb Muntz. When I look at clubs like Leicester Tigers, when you look around and think there are loads of clubs missing a real high quality fly half that they can build a team around for a few years, I would imagine Caleb Muntz would have been on the shopping list for many, many teams. I imagine Provence have had to open the checkbook to get him, and rightly so. He is a class operator for Fiji, has masterminded some famous wins, and he looks prime to step into PROD2. And he's the kind of player that you could feel would do a job in the top 14. Can he help get Provence there? They are building nicely. The build up to the season is coming along nicely. These are just 10 of the many, many new faces. And I've only gone for the international legion. There's lots of domestic French players as well that are going to be fresh in the division that could light it up. Let me know who you think I've missed out on the list that I should have done, should have put in. Let me know what you think of the players and the order that I've put them in. And most importantly, drop a little subscribe on the video so that you don't miss any of the live, free to air, live rugby that we have got coming your way this whole PROD2 season.